Most of the people who I think have the conversation about revenue kind of overgeneralize, I say, because in crypto, we've got all different kinds of assets. There's not just like kind of an equity company that is, generating ARR and you kind of value it that way. We also have this whole other assets called layer ones. Most of them aren't like particularly revenue generating. And as a matter of fact, it would be very detrimental to them if they were clipping amounts of fees on a platform that's supposed to be like very high throughput and, all kinds of innovation. So for this class of tokens, like I don't think that the revenue meta will ever be a factor for them. And you're going to continue to see valuation that revolves around, a premium and, potential, developer growth. And then you kind of move into the middle ground between L1s and applications. That's kind of where Hyperliquid falls. You have this kind of like app L1 kind of structure where the revenue of the application on that L1 actually does matter because that's kind of like what you're betting on. You're not betting on open innovation like you are in the L1 model. So for applications and for app chains like Hyperliquid, I'm super excited to see the revenue meta like coming into play. For a long time, I guess you could call it like growth mode, like when a startup is in like early stages. Hilarious Silicon Valley quote where he's like, don't show revenue. Like once you start showing revenue, they're going to ask how much. And maybe we're at that point. Maybe it's like, okay, there are enough successful applications out there that we now want to see the revenue that you can actually produce. And I was poking around like Uniswap the other day. They're talking about the fee switch again. And as you start to see some applications come to maturity, you'll start to see pressure from the market to show revenue, to funnel that revenue back to token holders. And you mentioned kind of the regulatory framework briefly.